are you guys doing? So guess what? I finished The Prodigal Son. I finished writing it. It's been edited. It's with a typesetter. I am going to be uploading it for distribution within the next couple weeks. In this video today, I want to do two things. I want to talk to you about ways that you can support this ministry in this book and ways that you can tell other people about the book. So we're going to get into that. One of the things I want to share with you is behind the scenes details that not a lot of other people are going to be hearing. Things that I dealt with spiritually, the reason it took me 7 years to write it, the roadblock I hit back in August, and then the avalanche of prayers that started being answered by God in response to my, I'm done, I can't do this anymore. Because back in August, I essentially told God it was going to take me another 7 years to write the book. In August of 2024, that is what I told God. And here we are. And it's almost a book. It's really, really going to change lives. And I cannot wait for you to get a hand on this book and for you to read it for yourself. It is a powerful story. And in my biased opinion, but other people, I will share reviews with you for what other people are saying. It's crazy. This is going to be super powerful. And I'm so excited that you get to be a part of it. This project, The Prodigal Son, Crackhead to Jesus Freak, has been my opus. There are scenes that depict domestic violence and physical abuse. There's profanity in the book. But I wanted it to be real. I wanted it to be authentic because I wanted people who've experienced addiction or lived with an addict to know that the things that they're experiencing are normal for what they're going through, that they're not alone, and that it's real and raw. I wanted readers to see a Christian. Yes, I'm a Christian. I'm a believer. I strive for holiness. And also life is really messy and it's not easy. And when I had a glass bottle thrown at my bare feet, I was not saying, oh golly gee darn, I wish things could be different. And I think that there are a ton of people, millions of people, who are longing for spiritual authenticity. If you haven't seen it yet, there's a reel on TikTok that went viral. It has 1.3 million views right now, and it was just me asking Jelly Roll to do the forward, which he has not responded yet. In addition to me asking Jelly Roll to write the forward, I was also sharing my testimony. And there were hundreds and hundreds of people who said, oh my gosh, I need this book, I need this book. And people started sharing their testimonies about a late husband who was an addict, or a former spouse or sister, brother. I'm an addict. I have been sober for 3 years, for 6 years, for 9 years, for 15 years. My son found me OD'd on the kitchen floor and had to call 911. There have been all sorts of crazy testimonies that have come out of The Prodigal Son, Crackhead to Jesus Freak, and people begging for this book. Clint asked me to write his story. He said, what are the chances that I would be married to an author whose best work comes from wounds? Clint told me who the audience was as I listened to the interviews, as I wrote his story, as I compiled the pieces of it together. These are people who are broken, who need hope, who need authenticity, who need to see a God that is not afraid to get dirty, a God that is not afraid to pursue people who have been otherwise written off. It's a story about me as an elder brother in the prodigal son story, looking down on the addict. And the transformation that God does in my own heart as I learn that he's not just wasting money on drugs, or if he would just get sober, if he would just go to school. Clint taught me so much about addiction. I want this page to be a hub where you can come and you can take media and you can pass it on to people who might be interested in seeing it. Do you have any connections to podcast shows or TV hosts or radio show hosts? Are there people you know that would be interested in interviewing me for a book? Can you give them my email, my phone number, and pass along that information? That would be fantastic. That's one way you can help. You can pray. you can pray a lot, because I've experienced a ton of spiritual warfare writing this book. Everyone who touches it experiences spiritual warfare. The editor got deathly ill. And then the day I emailed it to the typesetter, she texted me and said, my entire abdomen is twisted in knots and I can't figure out what's going on. Like, there's a lot of spiritual warfare surrounding this book, which means it's going to be powerful, and people who end up reading it are going to need a lot of prayer. I would love for you to purchase a copy of the book. Purchasing a copy of the book supports me as an author, but it also shows Amazon and Walmart.com and BarnesandNoble.com that people are interested in this book. And then if you purchase, like say from Amazon, then when you leave a review, please leave a review, it bumps up the algorithm. Like, your review matters more because you actually purchased a book. And if authors get a certain number of reviews, it actually bumps them up in the algorithm. Something happens at 50 reviews and at 100 reviews, Amazon starts taking notice of your book. So by purchasing a book and leaving a review, those are two huge ways that you can help other people start seeing that more once it bumps it up in the algorithm. If you go to church, you can tell your church about it. You can post a flyer at your church or in the church newsletter on the church website. If you have connections to a recovery group, you could tell the recovery group about this book. If you know of any organizations that would want to buy books in bulk, let me know, because I can work out deals with them potentially as well. Like I said, there are a lot of different ways that you can help with this whole process. Another way that you can support this ministry, a simple way, is to tell people about Addiction Unedited on YouTube. The YouTube channel has very few videos on it right now, like 6 or 7, but I just started this channel. I just opened it, and it's going to be a hot spot for the prodigal son, crackhead, Jesus freak. It's going to have like just a lot of information and backstory and reels and posts and all sorts of stuff about the prodigal son. So if people are interested in the book or addiction support, show them to Addiction Unedited. See, this is what, like, I've learned how to do all these things. It's kind of crazy. Like, I've learned how to perform magic in these last 5 years. It's been crazy. Thank you so much. I cannot wait for you guys to read this story. My editor was in tears. He kept commenting like, "Stop making me cry, stop making me cry." Laughed out loud. And then he got to a certain line in the book and he said, this is your last line in the book. And I don't think I'm going to tell you what that is, because I want you guys to enjoy this book. It's going to change lives. And I can't thank you enough for watching this video and for being part of this process and for loving me and supporting me in the writing ministry. You are not alone. You are loved. We will talk soon.